Hey guys, what's going on? Ricky Browick from the Quartering here. Today we got some hot spicy takes. Let's take a look here. Oh. It's not April Fool's anymore. I don't have to be here. See ya. Losers.
Red Letter Media. You're supposed to be the chosen one. Why? Why have you shared this? Why have you been duped by literally no research at all? It's like so predictable, at least in my opinion, by the way, when these hit pieces get outed, nobody actually reads them because they already have this preconceived notion that they don't like the person or the thing that they're against. And I'm sure I've fallen for it too. And then things just get propagated. Like, oh, I don't like this guy. Whatever this person I don't know is saying about them that is bad must be true. Confirmation bias or just pure laziness. One part of the Red Letter Media staff, Jack Packard, fellow Milwaukeean, has decided to look a fool today. And before we get into all that, just an absolutely massive shout out to this video's sponsor, Private Internet Access. Huge shout out to this video's sponsor, Private Internet Access. Look, it's 2021 and everybody should have a VPN. The one I use is Private Internet Access. Why do I use Private Internet Access? Well, there's a bunch of reasons. First of all, they have a no log policy. Second of all, my one subscription is good for up to 10 devices, so I can protect my PC, my laptop, my cell phones, my tablets, and all sorts of other things. I use Private Internet Access. I recommend it to my friends and family when they ask. Look, it's also great to unblock geo-restricted content, websites, YouTube included, social media networks, find better deals online, play games blocked in your region, and protect your identity while keeping your data encrypted. They also have a 30-day money-back guarantee so you can try it out risk-free, and CNET rated it as, quote, spectacular, and it's got PC Mag's Editor Choice Award for the past 5 years. And Private Internet Access has an amazing offer for you, subscribers of The Quartering. If you use my link in the pinned comment down below, you can save 77%. You can get total protection for $2.59 a month. Get your online browsing protected and help support the channel by signing up with Private Internet Access today. So we all know, by the way, if you don't have VPN, make today the day. You get it. You take advantage of the special offer they have for you. And, it protects your PC. It's the same one I use on my mobile phones and my computer and my laptop. And it supports the channel, too, by supporting the sponsor. Now, Jack Packard decided to share the dumbest article in history. And he looks, quite frankly, very dumb. Most of us assume there wasn't a, quote, real huge divide about The Last Jedi. But to see it broken down like this, quote, a clear timeline, proper citation, statistical analysis, linking the alt-right's culture battle to Star Wars hate as a gateway, terrifying. Now, I don't know Jack Packard. I don't want to know him because it would appear that he is an uncritical thinker. The idea that you would read this article and think that it was properly sourced or had any level of statistical analysis is absolutely absurd. And the responses to it, apparently he's completely oblivious. Let's see. Here's Data Racer. Lol, the writer of that article is a known liar and a scammer who's been exposed multiple times. In a previous article, she said that this is bad behavior that everyone saw, and I documented was completely fake hoax. Data Racer fabricated. Lol, dude. And here's the evidence. Here's Aiden Paladin, by the way, who I'm going to be bringing in here in a minute. If you think this is properly cited and statistical analysis, I have a bridge to sell you. This is a problem of scientism, Jack. If someone makes up stuff and pops it into a data visualizer, others will look at it and think, wow, looks legitimate, whether or not their, quote, data directly contradicts themselves in any existing network analysis. Not only do they cite unpublished data, one of their sources co-authored a piece in 2020 that directly contradicts their claims about the promotion of this type of behavior on YouTube. They cite a guy whose own research defeats their unscientific claims. Moreover, they claim that the positive message on Twitter prove, quote, real people love The Last Jedi is contradicted by a network of analyses from Fiera and Yang in 2015, who found that normative positivity of the network is 2-to-1, the exact same, quote, finding of the topic-specific positivity identified here. In tandem with a comment thread-based analysis from Kwan and Gruzad in 2017, this is what actual citations look like, which found emotional spiraling of 3-to-1. They identified a completely normative network, and all of this was only after manually removing negativity from the system. Data manipulation. You also you have that umbrella guy. What's terrifying is that you'd quote tweet this like gospel, thinking these words mean something. This quote study also, a conspiracy starting in 1984, connects Rush Limbaugh to the Star Wars and the alt-right, but hey, stats. Like, what? This article, and you see Jack even doubling down an hour ago. The article is not about the quality of the movie, nor about the criticism of the movie. I strongly recommend reading it. While I hated fan reaction to The Last Jedi and how they treated the actor, specifically Tran, is not a good movie. Of course, Jack saying, it's not about the movie, guys. It's not about the movie. It's about my agenda, because it smears. Just so you all know that this article is full of heinous lies, damaging lies about myself, by the way, from a former Lucasfilm employee and somebody who works for a company that works for Marvel. That's who wrote this stuff. A Raylo, a psychopath. All right. This entire, I don't know what the ratio is. Let's see here. Jack Packard. And it's getting a lot of quote tweets. That's probably not a good sign. Let's see. I get frustrated with how these types of articles just unperson minorities that hated these awful films. That's a good one. Fire Kathleen Kennedy. The article tweeted was written by a scammer. Move along, people. Geeks and gamers. The problem with quotes found on the internet is that they are often not true. Everybody's just dunking on it, and this dude is doubling, tripling down. I don't understand. Yeah, it's got 131 comments. Thank you, internet. Thank you for seeing through this. Now, I do want to share a piece of information that was shared with me by Aiden Paladin, who's doing a much longer video on this that I recommend you checking out. I'll link her channel. I don't think the video's out yet, but I assume it'll be out soon. She sent me some of the information to share with you. So, Rewriting Ripley begins with an analysis of Twitter. This is just to show how ridiculous their study is. This is just a tiny bit. I think her script is like 1,000 pages long. I'm going to read you like 2 paragraphs. Rewriting Ripley starts with their analysis of Twitter. Intent to prove that the majority of people that love The Last Jedi and any dislike of the film is either artificial or nominal in scope. As such, they present data in a form of data visualization that seems to indicate that there were more positive tweets about The Last Jedi than negative tweets. They imply that people love The Last Jedi and any negativity is minute. But the problem is the writers start from a false premise. Fiera and Yang, 2015, found that consistently tweets with a positive emotional variants were significantly more common on the platform than were negative ones. Specifically, the breakdown they identified of all tweets in the network broke down to about 45% neutral words, 34.5% positive words, 16% negative. That means in any random analysis of language on Twitter, there is a 2-to-1 use of positive language over negative language. As such, to find a similar breakdown of 1 to 2 positive negative positive to negative words in a linguistic analysis of Twitter regarding a particular topic says nothing of particular note or interest about the topic and instead reflects normative trends of the website. Now, for normies like me, what that means for me is that the normal ratio is 2-to-1. If the ratio is then applied to something else on the website and it's still 2-to-1, there's no variance there. There's no statistical anomaly. There's no anything of note. That's just normal conversation around a normal thing. She goes on to say, rewriting Ripley believes this analysis to be proof that the public was generally in favor of The Last Jedi. But these data's points are in no way illustrative of such a conclusion. Instead, all they've done is confirm a pre-existing analysis that found a total linguistic state of Twitter is typified by a 2-to-1 positive to negative word ratio. Not that one might know that by looking at recent trends. She continues. Further, rewriting Ripley claims that there is a 3-to-1 ratio of positive tweets to negative tweets in response to the initial tweet engagement. That is, they found when a tweet about The Last Jedi was positive, the responding tweets to the original message would likely include 3 times more positive than negative words. However, that has also been studied and is a functional of an emotional contagion. This particular effect has been examined in the YouTube comments, in that the tone of a parent comment affects and heightens the existing emotions of the child comments and responses. Specifically, she cites the Kwan and Gurzad in 2017. It's not that people were enamored by this film. It's that positivity is always more common on social media than negativity in terms of linguistic analysis, and further, that any and all emotions spiral increasingly in intensity in reaction to that emotion, variance, and initial comment. The numerical breakdown identified here is not limited to Star Wars, but instead representative of network-wide trends. Unrelated to any topic or hashtag, instead the natural state of Twitter. What rewriting Ripley has done is not prove that there's any public actually was incredibly supportive of The Last Jedi, but quite to the contrary, that the reaction to The Last Jedi was as emotionally laden as any other random topic on the website. And there's the data she goes through. Her script is 23 pages long. I will say, save your appetite because it's going to be really good. Obviously this does change how I look at Red Letter Media. But then you see he works for The Escapist, which is also like a hack website. This is personal to me because the article spreads vicious lies about me and tries to actively hurt my career. These people tried to get me deplatformed. These people are trying to get other people deplatformed. You think Jack would care about any of that stuff, but he clearly doesn't. Make sure to get your computer and mobile devices protected today using this video's sponsor, Private Internet Access. Link in the pinned comment down below. Hope you enjoyed this video, and we'll talk to you again real soon.